All right, Shalom. First of all, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rachakudash, double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to the elect. Through the Spirit, I just wanted to go into the topic of believing, okay, and, basically how you have a lot of people in this world who, if you tell them they're an Israelite, they'll tell you, oh, I don't believe that, I don't believe in that, so blah, 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 blah. And people stand so firmly, all right, and so quote-unquote strongly, okay, for the most part, for something that isn't even true, okay, something that's false, something that's not worthy of salvation, like the whole Islam and all these other religions and all that stuff. The Most High is not dealing with that. But one thing that people can't understand is, one thing that they never consider is, what if you're wrong? Okay, what if all the things that you believe and you think is right is wrong? All right, that's one thing that people see. That's something that we had to consider coming into this truth. All right, that there's a possibility that everything we knew before this truth could have been wrong. Okay, and that's why That's why that's why we're able to accept this truth, because we had that possibility. What if the government isn't quote unquote for our benefit? Okay, what if these hospitals aren't really to heal us? And when you look that curiosity, when you look into that, you find out the true answers. Okay, and guess what? You have a lot of people who, oh yeah, whatever, I'm right. I don't believe what you're saying, blah blah blah. Well, here's a precept: Romans chapter 3, verse 3. For what if some did not believe? All right, shall their unbelief make the faith of the Most High without effect? Okay, you have a lot of people who say, oh, I don't believe in that. Oh, you're an Israelite. Oh, I don't believe that. So if you're born a quote unquote so-called black person, and then somebody tells you you really so-called African American, nah, I don't believe that. Is that gonna change you from being a so-called Negro to a Chinese? No. Just because you don't believe it doesn't mean it's not true. All right. So it says, God forbid, yea, let God be true, but every man a liar, as it is written. Okay, that thou mightest be justified in thy sayings and mightest overcome when thou art judged. All right, because what? If you don't believe, that doesn't mean that these prophecies are not going to come to pass. All right, like who the hell are you that because you don't believe that it's not going to work? This ain't a Disney movie where you got to believe in it to make it real. No. Okay, it's real regardless. If you believe or not, that's to your detriment or your salvation. Okay. See if I get another precept. Slack. Sometimes you gotta type in certain keywords or phrases to get this. There it is. Revelation chapter 21, verse 8. But the fearful and unbelieving and abominable and murderers, keep in mind how the unbelieving have been grouped together with murderers and abominable and whoremongers and sorcerers and idolaters and all liars, shall what? Shall have their part in the lake which burneth with fire and brimstone, which is the second death. Okay, so if you don't believe, guess what, man? This is what's coming for you, that second death. Just because you don't believe doesn't mean that the nuclear missiles aren't coming. Now, the reason you're going to take part in the second death is because you didn't believe, all right, you didn't have faith to do the works unto salvation. In turn, you're going to get that judgment because, look, one way or another, everybody's going to believe this truth. Whether it's in your last few seconds of living, whether it's when all hell breaks loose, which majority of people, that's when it's going to be. That's going to be the wake up call, the Jacob call. Okay, when they believe. Matter of fact, let me get it real quick. Okay, Ezekiel 33, verse 33. Slakia. And when this cometh to pass, lo, it will come. What is that? The prophecies, okay? And the prophecies, all right, the prophecies, the calamities and all that stuff that's set to happen, all right? Slack. When it comes to pass, it says what? Lo, it will come, then shall they know that a prophet hath been among them. So when that time happens, everybody's going to know that what we were saying is true. But the thing is, it's going to be too late for some, okay? And for others, it's not. All right? Just because you don't believe and you don't want to consider the possibility that you might be wrong, that's not going to stop Jacob's trouble from coming. You're just going to realize it at a moment that's late. And it's going to hit you like what? 1 Thessalonians 5 verse 3, for when they shall say peace and safety. Why are they going to say peace and safety? Because they don't believe that tribulation is coming. They don't believe that trouble is coming. All right? Then sudden destruction cometh upon them. So when the time when they actually believe that this is the truth, and they actually believe the words we're saying, it's going to be like sudden destruction. Because during that destruction, they're going to believe, oh, shoot, this is the destruction they spoke of. I believe it now because it's happening. But what? It says, cometh upon them. Okay? So they're going to believe it as they're experiencing it. It says, as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. Okay? They shall not escape, because they didn't want to consider that if they're wrong, that literally means their whole life is over. They're going to die a horrible death. Okay? They didn't want to consider the possibility that what? We're right, which we are. Okay? Which this is the truth. They didn't want to consider that possibility. So what? When that time comes, it's going to be over. Okay? It's going to be over. All right? So I'll close it out with this. Right here. Book of Proverbs, chapter 1, starting at verse 20. Okay, it says, wisdom crieth without, she uttereth her voice in the streets. Okay, and how does that happen? By what? By way of the Most High. By way of the Most High sending his prophets out there. Okay, she uttereth her voice in the streets is basically when we go out there and we go out to the highways and byways, and we bring out this truth and make our bodies a living sacrifice. Guess what? This shows you that what you're supposed to be out on the highways and byways, because that's where wisdom is. That's why it says wisdom crieth without, she uttereth her voice in the streets. All right, and when you look up that word church, all right, which I believe the word is ecclesia, all right, it means what? To call out. Okay. So it says, she crieth in the chief place of concourse, in the openings of the gates, in the city she uttereth her words. In the chief place of concourse, because what? People can be marked. All right, they hear this truth left and right, they can be marked for salvation or destruction. It says, in the city she uttereth her words, saying, how long, ye simple ones, will ye love simplicity? Because for you not to see that this is the truth, you're simple-minded. All right, and you love simplicity because you don't want to leave your ways. It says, and the scorners delight in their scorning, and fools hate knowledge. It's knowledgeable to question what the life you're living, because that'll lead you to answers. Okay? Now, if the Most High has blinded you where you're just a slave going with the system all day, that's unfortunate for you. It says, turn you at my reproof. Behold, I will pour out my spirit unto you. I will make known my words unto you. All right? Because I have called and ye refused, I have stretched out mine hand, and no man regarded. But ye have set at naught all my counsel, and will none of my reproof. Okay? Because really, when the Lord said, behold, I stand at the door and knock, Revelation 3 and 20, that knocking is basically you hearing this word. Okay? And you hearing this word and start questioning what you already knew, because what? You know that this is true. You hear, you're like, yo, we're not supposed to eat pork. Wait, that's in the Bible. Oh, shoot. Why didn't my pastor tell me that? Why have I been eating pork this whole time? But you start questioning, you're like, oh, that makes sense. Oh, okay, that's what. And boom, the Lord starts dealing with you. All right? That's if you open the door and let the Lord sup with you. But if I don't believe that. Even though it makes sense, I don't believe that. I don't want to consider the possibility that I'm wrong. I don't want to have to denounce my religion, because majority of these people, they don't even believe in their religion. They don't know anything about it. A lot of Muslims don't even know what Islam is about. Just because they were born into it and raised in it, that's what they think that it is. But really, it's just misleading. It says, but ye have set at naught all my counsel, and with none of my reproof. Because how does the Lord reprove and counsel you? By way of his prophets. But like the scriptures say, a prophet is without honor in his own country, roughly paraphrasing. So they're not going to want to hear us. It says, I also will laugh at your calamity. I will mock when your fear cometh. Because regardless of whether you want to or not, it's still going to come. When your fear cometh as desolation, and your destruction as a whirlwind. When distress and anguish cometh upon you, then shall they call upon me, but I will not answer. They shall seek me early, but they shall not find me. And the Lord knows this. He's seen it. It's already been written. Okay? So you thinking, oh yeah, I don't believe that. But when you start believing it, you think the door's still going to be open? The Lord doesn't work on your time. All right? You're seeking mercy from the Lord. Okay? It says, for that they hated knowledge and did not choose the fear of the Lord. Because what? They didn't believe. They would none of my counsel. They despised all my reproof. How you going to despise the Most High, the power of all powers who created you, his reproof? Because you see how the Most High set it up to where us lowly men are the ones bringing out his word. So they see it, since they're not spiritual, they see it as what? They see the carnality. Oh, I know this man. You know, that can't be a man of the Lord. I went to school with him. I work with him. How can he be a prophet? Therefore shall they eat of the fruit of their own way and be filled with their own devices. You're going to have nobody to blame but yourself. All right, it says, for the turning away of the simple shall slay them, and the prosperity of fools shall destroy them. Okay, because what? They're so simple-minded, they turn away from the truth. They walk right past real gold. All right, chasing fake fiat money. It says, and the prosperity of fools shall destroy them. Because what do these people consider prosperity? Making in this society. Oh, I'm grinding. I'm chasing that money. I'm chasing the bag. I'm trying to secure the bag. All that stuff, guess what? It's going to destroy you. Because like the scriptures say, riches profit not in the day of wrath. It says, but whoso hearkeneth unto me shall dwell safely and shall be quiet from fear of evil. Because we know nothing in this world is everlasting right now. It's all temporary. So we'd rather give it up now, all right, and gain that everlasting peace, joy, and love and life from the Lord than to suffer that, regardless. Okay? So, Lord willing, this video is edifying to the elect. Just something I was meditating on, because a lot of Israel is hard-headed, man. Okay, but that's why the Lord said we got to make our foreheads hard against theirs. All right, so hopefully it was edifying to the elect, giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Chak Wadash. Until next time, I say Shalom.